137th parallel on America's haunted highway, it's Pixelated Paranormal, your guide to the unusual and the strange.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pixelated Paranormal, episode 120, Fireside Stories with Colin. Now, I'm by myself here, just giving you guys a quick intro to the episode because you'll notice this is dropping on a Friday, and we're really sorry. We forgot to make time to record an episode ahead of schedule to drop while we were in Topeka doing Pixelated for a purpose. So we're giving you this a little late, but I hope it makes up for it with the content. Because Sunday night before Preston and I went with Steven to Topeka, we got to spend the night, or rather the evening, with our good buddy Colin. Colin, we've ran into on several different occasions early on. Colin is a fantastic barber here in Wichita. He's also a fellow Mason to Preston, and also a fellow beard competitor and weird beard, I like to call us, because we all like, weird stuff. We all got beards. But yeah, Colin's got a very luscious man mane. And anyway, he's also a huge paranormal enthusiast and also a paranormal investigator in his own right. He has spent more time than Preston and I combined in strange and unusual places, chasing after ghosts and the paranormal. So he took us along with him Sunday evening to do a preliminary investigation into a house here in Wichita that was reporting some pretty strange activity. So we'll touch on that later, because like I said, it's preliminary. We're going to go back and actually do a bit of an investigation. But anyway, after the night was over, we went back over and sat by a fire, and Colin shared with us some pretty interesting tales of just a few things he has experienced, in all of his investigations and adventures. So just a little less than an hour's worth of stories, and from what it sounds like, that's just the tip of the iceberg. So I really hope you guys enjoy this. Sorry again, this came out late, but I do want to give you guys just a quick update. We'll talk more about this when the guys join me on our next episode, but I want to give you guys all a huge, huge heartfelt thank you. For Pixelated for a purpose this year, first of all, I got to correct myself. It was our 4th annual. I said 3rd annual. It was actually the 4th year we've done this, and last year we pulled in $1,500 with the support and donations from all of you guys, and we thought that was going to be a hard number to beat. And we were way, 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 way wrong. With the support of you guys, our friends, our family, listeners, followers, and so on, thanks to your generosity, we raised $2,647. And that is just a huge number. We were all pretty shocked the entire time we were doing this. I mean, we raised well over $1,000 before the event even started, and we pulled in another, $1,500 or more during the stream. And it's just something that it makes me a little emotional to think about and to talk about, because it's just, again, it's very, very overwhelming to see that kind of support. It's a wonderful thing, and we thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. And like I said, we're going to talk more about that with when the guys join me, but I wanted to jump in as quick as I could and just tell you guys all thank you so much. Again, 100% of that money goes to the cause. We do not see one penny. Nothing of that goes to us. It's all straight to the cause. And so, sometimes I look at it as just, 4 or 5 of us buddies just playing Xbox, trying to raise money, but you guys have all shown that it's a much bigger thing than that, and it means the world to us to be able to do that, and it's also inspired us to make this a much bigger thing next year and the years moving forward. So I just want to say again, thank you guys so much for the support and your generosity. It means the world to us, and we are all blown away. So we can't wait to see what happens next year. But without further ado, guys, here are some fun tales. Just a little under an hour's worth of just some of the weird stuff that Colin has encountered in his years of being on this earth chasing after the paranormal. So awesome. Colin, thanks, dude. We sure appreciate it. And here we go, guys. Enjoy. Oh, one more small detail. I recorded this on my iPhone, so please forgive some of that ambient noise in the background, and the audio quality may fluctuate a bit, but I think the stories make up for that. All right, guys, enjoy. Okay.
Big damn son of a bitch.
So right now, guys, we are sitting around a fire with our buddy Colin. We just got through doing a bit of a house, what would you call that, investigation?
Yeah.
Preliminary investigation.
Preliminary.
A warm-up.
It's my first one, so I don't know what to call it.
But you've never done an investigation before?
I mean, we've gone out with Preston before to the cemetery a couple times, to Theoros Bridge. That's the only thing I've ever done myself. So, but yeah, we're here with Colin, and we're going to get a couple stories from him. He's going to be so kind to oblige to tell us a couple creepy things. So at first I was excited because I thought maybe you and I shared something that we saw, because when I was in El Dorado, and I told this on the show not too long ago, so I'll kind of give you the brief description of it, but my buddy Tovar and I were jogging and saw this thing running beside us in this grass. And it's real thick, tall, country grass at a golf course. And we kept seeing this thing that was just kind of white, featureless, and we're assuming it was quadruped, just running beside us. But it's just this white, like anamorphic shape. It was just so bizarre. And it kept up with us. If we'd run, it'd run beside us. If we stopped to walk, it'd kind of back away from the edge of the grass line. It would keep pace with us. It was just so bizarre. And then I saw it again. I forget how long later it was, but my buddy Tim and I and our wives went karaokeing once in Wichita. And we were driving home towards 254, so, kind of leaving Wichita. And I thought I saw like a deer kind of like make its way up to the edge of the road. And then it ended up being like kind of like something at a Silent Hill. Like it was on 2 feet, but it was kind of like staggering. And it looked like it was built out of parts.
What the?
Like it was hodgepodge, like this, like chunks, like stuck together in this like plaster, alabaster looking.
Yes.
And then as I passed it, it was already at the edge of the road, and it jumped. It lunged both arms out, like trying to grab the car. And at first I thought, well, I must have saw something. I had a couple beers. I wasn't drunk by any means, because I was the DD that night, or the lesser drinker that night. But anyway, I thought it was just, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, so I swerved, woke everybody up in the car, and I was like, oh, sorry, guys, I saw a deer. And my buddy Tim, which I don't think Tim really subscribes to a lot of this, kooky woo-woo stuff, but he's like, that wasn't a fucking deer, that was like a person, and he basically described to me what it was.
What you saw.
What I saw. And he's like, it jumped at the car, not like tried to run across the road, but lunged. But anyway,
it's the best confirmation you can get.
Exactly.
The best affirmation. I'm not crazy. I saw that.
Right. Or it was a shared hallucination.
Yeah.
But so that reminded me a little bit about what you saw, but yours sounds like it was something different then.
Yeah, I was actually on my way up to Concordia. I was actually going to Grand Island, Nebraska. But I was outside of Concordia, just south of Concordia. There's a little highway that you can go one way, goes to wherever it is, and the other way, I can't remember, but it's about 15 miles south of Concordia, and we're going up there, and it's kind of hilly. It's not super hilly, but there's when I say hills, it's distance, like long distance. Just,
with the Kansas Flint Hills kind of crap.
Exactly. And so we're driving along, and a ways up the road, you can see forever, ways up the road, I see this thing on the side. Mind you, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like middle of the day. Nothing crazy. It's just me and him in the truck. Me and my guy who's with me, we're in the truck. He's going to help, and I think he's asleep. He's been asleep for like the last 2 hours, like most of the way. So, right along. He's riding with me. I'm just driving. And being a trucker, you see lots of stuff. So if something catches your eye, it's really got to be unique, because you see all sorts of things that people don't normally see when they freak them out. And it looks like the color was like a blue, like a Weimaraner dog. Yeah. That kind of blue. And so it was blue, it was off the side of the road, and it was big. I thought it was a dog, and it was really close. So as I drove closer, I realized it's not. It got a lot bigger. It went from only thing I can describe it is like a horse, the size of a horse, on the side of the road. And that's kind of what I thought when we get closer. I was like, well, it's not a dog, it's a horse, because it's big.
Except there's no blue horses.
Yeah, there's no blue horses. And so it's like I get up to it and I'm like, okay. Like, we get up and I slow down, right? My guy beside me, I think he's passed out. He's been asleep for 2 hours.
Right.
We're creeping up and I slow down. No one on the highway. And I'm looking as we go by. And it's as I get closer, I realize it's that blue that, it's that kind of natural blue. But then as we get up, it's not a horse. It looks more like a lion, but like extended legs. And it's got a mane like a lion. I couldn't see its face. Couldn't see the head. But it was like a blue mane like a lion. It was like that, but longer legs. Same type of body, same type of fixture. The hips and everything. So it's very defined back. The tail was the same. On the legs, it came down and it had almost like the Anheuser-Busch horses, whatever they...
Clydesdales?
Clydesdale, yeah. They have those, and that's what it looked like on the ends. That's one of the reasons I thought it was a horse from so far away. We drive up, and I couldn't see the head just because of the angle, but it was laying on the side of the grave. It was dead.
Oh, it was dead.
It was dead.
Oh, shit.
That's the thing, is it was weird. It wasn't like it was sitting and watching us. It was dead. It was laying there. I don't know if it was dead. It could have been unconscious, but it was laying there. That's why I say it was still there. Didn't move. And I slowed down and creeped by it because there was nobody on the highway. I wasn't about to get out of the truck. I mean,
just in case, right?
Yeah, I was like, okay, we'll drive by slow. Still keeping my foot kind of feathered on the gas just in case we can take it. But we creeped by and I thought, oh shit. We got by it. Didn't really want to stop, so I just kept going. I thought, this is just to me. I pull off, and he starts going, what the fuck was that? Excuse me.
No, you're fine. Say what you want, man. We're a hard R podcast.
Nice, okay. My bad, I apologize. I'll try to keep it somewhat PG-13. Maybe.
No, we fucking cuss like sailors.
Yeah. The things I edit out of that show would make Preston's mother blush, like everything else he says.
Nice. But they, and... That's literally, well, he said, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, that's more that confirmation like you said a minute ago. Yeah, interesting.
And I said, I have no idea, dude. He was like, I have never seen anything like that. Now, mind you, this guy's also been a trucker for about 20 years.
Okay, yeah. Seen some shit on the road.
He's seen some shit on the road. And then when I say we've been truckers, we've gone coast to coast. We've gone through all the lower 48, you know what I'm saying? Only thing we haven't, Hawaii.
Yeah.
You can't drive there. And Alaska's a little too far.
So long haul driving then?
Yep, long haul driving.
Wow.
And I'd been anywhere from, sometimes our trips were, 6 hours, sometimes they were 30 hours, maybe. But it was coast to coast. And so, you've been everywhere, go through Kentucky, the dead forests in Kentucky, those beautiful things. There's some wild noise out here.
Oh, no, you're good. It adds to the story.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that wasn't someone screaming.
Our neighbors have pets that are a little crazy. So.
Okay.
But, that was one of the things that I cannot explain. I mean, I still look back on things and I go, maybe I imagine something. That's one thing that stuck with me forever because you don't see something like that ever.
Right.
And I wish I could explain it to you guys. Other than it just had short blue hair all over until it got to its neck and it had a distinct mane. And
you know hair pretty well.
Yeah. I'm a barber, so
yeah, you know hair pretty well. And beards, you know manes pretty well too. So
and that's the thing is he like the only thing I can describe is like a lion.
That's
a lion horse. I don't know if that's what they call a liger.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. But
I think a liger's a lion.
That's a lion and a tiger. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It's weird shit like that. You're
thinking of a higer, a horse, a horse tiger.
Tiger. Sounds pretty good right now. But
so what else? Have you ever seen anything else in the sky or anything else long haul driving off the top of your head?
Yep. Sad thing is, it's hard for people to confirm, but I've seen. We'll just go through it right here. I don't even have to go like long haul.
Okay, yeah, just back here in the backyard.
Yeah, one day, and this was trippy, man. It's about 3 months ago. I was back here, and it wasn't late at night. It was probably about 9:30. Sun had just gone down, so it's still kind of backlit. I mean, still the middle of summer, so stays light. I'm not gonna say backlit, but there's a nice little tone coming over, and I see something that looks gray. You know when you see like a plane?
Yeah.
Didn't quite have its lights on. You've seen the stealth planes, like that color?
Yeah.
And that's what it looks like, but it looks like there's no light. And it looks like it's way up there, but it's not way up there, maybe 200 or 300 feet. It's pretty close. and it comes up and makes it about halfway across the sky. For those of you on the radio, I'm making these figures so these guys can see what's going on. Sorry about you. But makes it about halfway across the sky, right? And then just stops. Like, stops.
Okay.
Midair. I'm like, okay, it's got to be some kind of like stealth plane that they're just... And then out of nowhere, I see it fall. Like just dead fall.
Just dead fall.
Dead fall. And then out of nowhere, at the very end, it hooks up, does a barrel roll, shoots this way. But as it does that, it hooks, does a barrel roll, and comes. And literally you see where the trees come there, before it got about, I'm going to say, maybe about 5 feet before it cut to that edge of that tree, it broke into two.
Oh, no way.
It's crazy. It broke into two and disappeared. Didn't fly off.
No, there was no streak of light or anything like that?
It did that barrel roll, quickly went, and then kind of slowed down.
That's weird.
Now, the weird thing is after it did that, I realized then it was a lot closer than I thought it was. Well, I thought it was like way out there, big ship, big stealth ship way out there. It's not. It's a lot closer than I thought it was. And it might have been just above the trees.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so it wasn't something like way, I just assumed because it was kind of, it was getting dark outside. And it was this gray, there weren't any lights on it. I just assumed it was a plane way up there, and it was just barely above these trees, which you can see it's maybe 30, 50 feet up. And the only reason I know that is because when it went over that, we got close to that, is where it disappeared, but I had a good perspective. But what happened is after it did that barrel roll at the end I told you about, and kind of took off and then slowed down, and when it broke into two, right before it broke into two, it's like these wings came out and it started flapping. But it was like a manta ray. like a manta ray or stingray or something.
It sounded like some straight up like Yara's Revenge shit from Atari.
Yeah, it's weird. But you guys might think I'm crazy, but and it's like it's slow flapped and then it broke into two smaller and then it slow flapped, but it disappeared. Didn't go over the trees and I didn't see it before it even got to the tree line.
Wow. So that I don't think you're crazy because once, and again, I have somebody else who was with me, my wife and I, when we were in El Dorado, and I think I may have told this story before on a long episode long ago. We were walking this bike trail in El Dorado in this real nice kind of horseshoe-shaped, kind of zigzag biking trail. And we had probably got to the end of it, so we walked maybe about a mile. And you're kind of in this clearing right behind this baseball diamond. And you have trees, about like your backyard. You have trees probably 50 feet, 100 feet off, the big tree line. And we looked to the south, which is where we would assume the rec center is in El Dorado. And I looked over and I saw these things, and they almost looked like someone let go a bunch of aluminum balloons, like birthday balloons. Or the other way to describe these things is also like a jellyfish. It's about as dark as it is now. So, I mean, you got a little bit of blue light coming off the city, but it's very much dark. It's, it's nightfall. And I looked over and it looked like these four anamorphic blob jellyfish things. And at first I was like, oh, someone let balloons go. But they didn't reflect any light, but they had this kind of transparent look. And as they're rising, I realize, and my wife realizes, they're at a 45-degree angle flying in unison. Almost like a snake, following itself, like that game Snake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, another video game reference. Look at that. So we watch them for probably 10, 20 seconds. They continue to go higher, and then the first one goes straight, the second one goes straight, and so they're following each other in a very uniform pattern. Wow. And we watch it probably from where that phone pole or that electric pole is to probably your tree line over here. So I mean, I don't know how far that is, but we're watching these things go across the sky for a good 30 seconds, and we have plenty of time to say, what is that? We're talking, trying to figure it out. We're both really freaked out by it. And then right as it disappears behind the tree line after watching it for a solid 30 seconds, and mind you, it's covered a lot of sky. It's flying fast as an airplane or faster. As soon as it disappears behind the edge of the trees, there's a big bright flash, and then you see it go a whole different way. You just see the streak go just off as quick as you can see it. It's like they all four converged and boom, just shot off, and you can see the streak go up into the sky. The weirdest shit we ever saw. So yeah, I don't think you're crazy.
Yeah, man. Definitely. There's a lot. I had one day out with my nephew. I came out with my nephew out front, and I was going out to take out the trash. He just wanted to come with me, so whatever. So we go out there. It happened to be around the 4th of July.
Okay.
We'll just say this happened to be around the 4th of July because we hung outside. He wanted to watch some fireworks. We did. Keep in mind, my nephew's 3.5. He's not a big kid. So I took trash out. He was watching these guys let off fireworks down here, some over here, and we're walking from this part of the yard over there, we're walking from the west side of the yard to the east side of the front yard. Mm-hmm. It's probably a good 100 feet. I mean, you can see the length of the yard, which is where the garage is, and we're walking around, and as we go over there to watch these fireworks these people are doing, it looked like people you've heard people talk about, and this is people who talk about the triangular buildings that they've seen, right? And they're like, oh, it looks like it's triangular shaped, like a triangular ship, but it's tall. Mm-hmm. To be honest with you guys, I mean, you know me, I'm all about paranormal, but you know, I still got to see it to really buy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not okay. Yeah, that's a common thing people see, and I get that, and that's not trying to suppress it, because the only way to know it's a common thing is when a lot of people see it. So it's not like they're feeding each other. But
right.
I'm still gonna held reserve on it. Well, I'll be damned. That night we're walking over there, and I see coming from the south, heading towards the north. It looks like a regular plane, just with the lights. Mm-hmm. We live in Kansas. We live in Wichita.
Right. ICT. Yeah.
Yep. This is capital, whatever. There's a base. You know, the base is.
Yeah, McConnell Air Force Base is here. Dwight D. Eisenhower Airport's here.
So we see a lot of planes, and so I see it coming over, and it's dark outside. You see the lights, you know what I'm saying? Like, normal, it looks like normal plane lights, and I figure they're on the bottom. Well, as it gets closer, I realize they're not on the bottom, they're on the side.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, and it got close. It flew over, I mean, it probably flew 500 feet over. It wasn't like super close. It was close. Maybe 1,000 feet, we'll give it that. 1,000 feet, but it comes over, and it's coming close. I thought they're on the side till it got close, and you could see it didn't look like windows, but the lights were where like windows would be. 3 stories. 3 stories tall. Now, I'm like, okay, whatever. But my 3.5-year-old nephew goes, "What's that?" Which he knows what a plane is, and we show him planes all the time. He sees them on TV. He's been out here. We watch him out here. He knows. He goes, "Plane. It's a plane." He didn't go plane, and he waited till it. The crazy thing is, I'm gonna tell you this. This is weird. It came north. It was head from the south, came north, till it got. Now, for those of you at home that can't hear this, between my overhang and the tree, it maybe got a third of the way.
Oh wow!
Okay. And then no shit, and it's not moving really slow. It's moving at a decent speed, not fast, you know. But that's why I said plane, because the speed it's moving at is the way a plane's going to kind of hover over ground and base.
Right.
But no shit, it does a direct 90-degree turn. And then cruised off back towards the west. I tried to follow it around. I couldn't follow it because it got lost in the trees. And then when I
right. And you got a 3.5-year-old you got to worry about too. Yeah,
exactly. And we're on the front side of the house. So it's kind of like over here. I watched it just from there. We were walking and turned and came back here, and I couldn't see it anymore. So I don't know what it was. I don't know what happened to it. I'm not even going to say it was necessarily anything outlandish, but that was
it's just unusual.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is I saw a video, the one I just told you guys about the parts. I saw a video, and like 2 weeks later, one of my clients at the shop, who's into this very much, we talk about a lot of aliens and ghosts, and he sent me a video on Facebook. Somebody who recorded the same thing happening, almost the exact same thing. Weird shit.
No shit, huh?
Yeah.
Do you still have access to that video?
I am almost positive I do, and I will look it up.
Yeah.
Because it's a Facebook message, so it's got to be saved in there somewhere unless it got deleted somehow. It's got to be in there somewhere unless somebody deleted the content that he took from, but that's it. So I'm going to see if I can look this up, because you guys can get almost... Plus you can put it on, on the site for the people, but I'm going to give you guys some paranormal stories too. Ghosts, not just paranormal aliens. But
right.
Ghosts, but...
That's what we love.
Man, I'm going to tell you this. So, this house, I know I told you guys this house, exactly. I wanted you to come over and do this shit for a minute. Our main rule is I don't believe in investigating your own property.
Yeah, you don't shit where you eat.
Yeah. Yep.
You don't shit where you sleep.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong, but you have somebody else do it. That's the way I did. I had a paranormal team for 5 years. You guys don't know. It's been... we did quite a few. They were all... confidentiality agreements, so I can't talk.
Oh wow, yeah.
I can't talk about. I think there's like 2 I can talk about, but it wasn't really anything great. That's why I can talk about it. But we've been there twice. We caught something twice. Like, we caught a lot of things, but we caught on camera something twice.
Wow.
We caught an apparition actually forming. Now, I know this, you see this, and you can tell we don't catch it in the room. We have a camera in the room, and it's facing up, and as it's coming through, it's facing a doorway. There's kind of a hallway here to an outside door, but there's nothing. To a wall, and these are all massage rooms in the massage studio. So the one in the, I'm trying to think, southeast, there's one in the northeast, there's one in the southeast, there's one in the southwest, and there's one in the northwest, and then there's a bathroom on the west wall. So on this hallway, so the hallway is between the one in the southeast and the southwest. It comes up, dead ends. One in the southwest faces the kitchen. But we've got a camera in this room, not because anything's been seen in here, actually. We put it in here just to kind of give us a variable.
Okay, yeah.
This was a room that nothing happened. Like, there's two rooms. One was the southwest room. A lot of stuff happened. The girl in there, they said she was very negative. Clients talked about feeling very negative in that room. And then the main person's room. Scrub the name of this, but
oh, yeah.
I should have done that. Been smart about it. Sorry.
That's why we go back through and edit.
But so in the southwest room where I talked about, well, the cameras are facing out in the hall, right? The one in this room in the southeast, what we catch isn't something that's in the room, it's in the hall. Right? So we're catching, and there's a wall, just a wall right behind it. So we catch, it looks like a cloud of smoke just appears, right? It's weird, like this vapor just appears out of nowhere, a white mist comes out of nowhere, and then it starts to form into a leg. And the crazy thing is, right, so this is what's weird. It catches it first. My first thought is, that hallway leads to a door that goes outside. There's lights from outside, something reflecting off the street, even though it doesn't face the street, it's facing back. Sorry if we need to go. But the light reflects. We're thinking something's reflecting off it. But I see, and we keep playing it like over and over again, trying to find out, could there be reflection? We eliminate reflection because the angle. It's only like a foot off the ground. So it had been something shining light from like way up in. Two, this part didn't face the street. So there's a wide distance between these. So, but as we watch it more, this leg looks like it starts to form, and then it backs up all of a sudden. So it doesn't make it all the way across. You only get it about half of the width of the door. And it starts about a quarter of the way, ends about a quarter of the way. So you see it start to develop, and you see what looks like the front of a knee and a shin. So just the bottom part of the thigh. It looks like that's like starting to, and then it like backs up, right? And we thought it just disappeared. Well, while we're watching, we're doing the 4 cameras at a time watching. We're going back and forth, and on this one, the one that was in the southeast room, you can actually see the mist retract back into there and go back into the corner under the camera. It was weird. So then we go back and look. We were back and forth trying to compare it, right? And you can see it start to develop outside that door. What we caught, because this camera that was in the southeast room or southwest room was in the back southwest corner, southeast room, southeast corner. What you can catch it, as you see, is through this one, the camera in the southeast, it's facing out the door. You see it start to develop out the door. The same time it starts to manifest there, it's manifesting on the other camera.
Oh, no shit.
The exact second. You can time it up. And then the same thing as it backs up. We went frame by frame by frame by frame, and we ran all four on the DVR, and those are the 2 we watched. We watched them. You can see frame by frame by frame by frame. So both cameras caught the same thing manifesting at the same time. And then when it went back, you don't see it from this camera. You just see it disappear past the door frame. From the one in the southeast, the one in the southwest catches come all the way back, but it also starts to demystify. I don't know if that's even a word.
Dissipate?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. But it starts to dissipate. Now, we showed the lady this. This is the second time we've been there. It was like 5 years after the first time. She wasn't surprised. We know that. She enjoyed spirits being there. She actually made it kind of like a safe haven for ghosts or spirits. Or
Oh, really?
Spirits. Yeah, that's one of the things she was a very sweet woman. But yeah, she tried to. So we have no idea what it was. We know it was like a safe haven for spirits.
Yeah.
The first time we went there, we had caught. I mean, we'd catch EVPs and stuff. We caught one guy sounded like I guess it was an Indian chief. We caught an EVP with him where he answered a lot of yes, no questions, and it was clear on the EVPs. But EVPs are kind of hard for me to throw in because I want something I can see. You can't.
Right.
Something that's like visible. I want something I can see. Well, we got this the first time we went as we're buttoning up, and we don't have this footage. We don't have any of this footage anymore because the person who had the DVR decided to wipe it clean and sell it. So. Wow, that's awesome.
Damn it.
Without telling us. They just decided they were done doing their thing. But the first time we had gone, we caught upstairs. They have 4 rooms on the main level that are for paying customers, and upstairs is for the students. It's also a school. They teach upstairs. And so upstairs is just an open room, and there's curtains that hang right between each of the beds. They're heavy curtains, so what the students would do when they were done is they'd tie a knot in the curtain and it would hang, and it was heavy. I mean, because the curtains couldn't move. So we're done. We've the whole night. We've had a few things here and there, but nothing really wow. And you see us go up there, and as we're going up there, the last check, we turn the lights on to see everything's good. We leave. We turn the lights back off, and we weren't picking anything up. It was just kind of like the last of the investigation. We were going to go back and pick it up. We turned the lights off, and we walked down the stairs. And right after we do it, this big knot that's in the curtain decides to move. But
Weird.
It's a substantial. It's like 2-foot swing.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Nowhere. Yeah. So it moved swung like 2 feet, and then actually rocked back and forth. Now this, I don't know if the person still has this. They live in El Paso, but. Those were from the investigation, from the investigative team. We got some other things, but nothing really
too substantial.
Yeah,
like
nothing
that.
that's anything abnormal to what you guys experience. We could talk about it. But I'm going to talk about here, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, you want to?
Quick. Yeah. I know I've been talking a while, but this house.
No, you're good, man.
So,
all you're doing is making an episode for us that we don't have to record.
Nice, It's a win. It's a win.
Yeah.
The longer you talk, the happier the listeners are going to be.
Yeah.
Well, and what's great too is because we're going to go on the road, we didn't have time to record anything, so this is all just
Going straight.
perfect accident.
Yeah.
Nice. So, and you guys see, I'm going to show you right here. One day, this is when I worked at the bar, right? We'll go back and see it.
Sure.
I worked at the bar. Club Rodeo, Wichita, Kansas. I don't know if they want to know that, but
Yeah, that's fine.
I was security for a while. But I came home afterwards, and one of the other guys came home with me. We're just out back, kind of winding down from after the bar. 'Cause it's a busy thing.
Sure, yeah.
We came in, and I'm here. He's sitting over there on the furniture, and I'm standing up here. We're talking because we had this fire going. And I know while talking to him, mind you, it's 3:30 in the morning. The bar closes at 2. We don't get out till 2:45. It's 3:30 when I'm home. I look up, and you see the green sign there, right? It's about 6 feet tall. The top of those cups is maybe 5.5 feet, 5 feet. But the Viking ale horns, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But as I'm standing here, I just glance up and I see a guy. No shit. I mean, no shit. Maybe 18 years old. Looked straight out of the 70s.
Really?
Straight out of the 70s. And I mean that like he had the dark brown, maybe black shag haircut.
Okay, sure, yeah.
White shirt. And I couldn't see jeans because you see the plant there. But I saw the shag white shirt all the way from, you see the hallway.
Yeah.
The bathroom light wasn't on, but all the way from the hallway all the way. And I watched him walk around that corner, and I fucking lost it.
Oh, yeah. Who the hell's in my house? Yeah.
Exactly. My idea wasn't a fucking ghost. My idea was who's in my house.
Right.
I got home from the bar. I'm amped up already because I've already kicked the shit out of like 5 people that night. So
It's been a long night.
yeah. So I'm like, I'm about to go. I mean, I was mad. I was about to go kill somebody.
Yeah.
That's literally what it was. Just like, yeah, I'm sorry. So I go in there and I'm carrying stuff. Everybody's asleep. Everybody's asleep, right? And it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm trying to be quiet, but I'm looking. I went through the entire house, every bedroom, even my brother, my nephews, all that. Closets, not a person, not a soul. But I swear, clear as day, as I'm standing here talking to you, I saw somebody walk around the corner and go into the kitchen, out to the living room, and that was it.
And this is a weird angle. This is not a case of you seeing a reflection.
No.
There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. Huh. And the thing is, the light that's on, not the one in the bathroom, but the one in the dining room, that light was on. But it was like, I remember, because it was less like you walked, it was like a person. It wasn't a shadow. It wasn't a glimpse. It wasn't like a, did I think I see?
Yeah.
I saw a fucking person.
So do you know when this house was built?
In the 60s.
Let's get a little closer to this fire there.
Absolutely. In the 60s.
You can get the crackling ambiance.
Or just get my hand to warm up.
But, 60s. I need to do some research. I told you guys. Well, so I told you here, I've seen, it's crazy. I haven't seen, but for some reason I know there's a kid in the basement that hides under the stairs. I know that. I don't know why I know that, but I do. It's terrifying. But I've seen that guy. I've seen another good man downstairs that was wearing a red flannel shirt and jeans. Straight up walk out of the back room where that kid hides. Straight up walk out of that back room and walk around the corner and disappear right in front of me. Like, that one got me.
Sure, yeah.
Because he walked out of the storage room. I'd been home all night. Like, why is there somebody in my... I mean, that's the thing. Is the first thing you think is there's a person.
Yeah.
He walked, didn't pay me any attention. It was like he knew I was there, but he walked right around in front of me. What is, there's the door of the storage room, the TV, and then the door upstairs. Walked right in front of me, made it in front of the TV, and disappeared. Like, I lost
Yeah,
it.
again, someone's in my house.
And so then we decided, finally, my sister-in-law, because she sees shit.
I was going to say, so has anybody else in the family seen stuff before as well? Okay.
In fact, a week and a half ago, me and my brother were downstairs. He was playing his whatever game, and I'm down there just messing around on my phone.
Yeah, just hanging out.
In front of the television, and I saw what looked like a bar of light, and it was like segmented. So there was one segment, but it was like a definite, like it went around the corner from the TV, and it was a quick flash and emitted a lot of light, which is odd. I mean, it was like a stream of light that emitted a lot of light, like a flash. But I still saw an exact definition, and I was like, okay. And I sit there and I think my eyes are going whack. I just saw something. And he goes, I just saw a flash. My brother's like, I just saw a flash move across the room. And I was like, what? Like, this is literally a week and a half ago. He's like, yeah. I said, what do you mean you saw a flash? He's like, I don't know. I was playing my game, and all of a sudden I saw a flash move across the room, go that way. He said it went in a vector like that. That's literally what he said. I don't know what the hell vector is. But it had a vector like that. And I was like, okay. But he saw, and that's the weird thing is I saw it. Apparently it went right in front of his eyes. I saw it. I didn't see it out of the corner of my eyes, but I saw it. I wouldn't look directly at it till it did. It didn't move incredibly fast either. I mean, it did move fast, but it was almost like an extended D without the middle taken out.
Okay, yeah.
Like, that's weird for me to say, but that here, we saw that just like a week and a half ago. But, my sister-in-law's seen things upstairs, and then I'll take you guys up there, and you can
cool, hell yeah.
Out. But she's seen things upstairs. Hell, man, I'll tell you guys, the best one was the house I lived in before this. You ready for another show? No.
Yeah. That's up to you if you want to wait, or we can tag it on here, buddy.
We'll keep going. I said we can split this into two, but my previous house that I lived in, which is up on the northwest side. I shouldn't say northwest, it's north side of Wichita. Those houses were built in the 1970s. There was quite a bit of history to them. Apparently my house was a trap house at one point. Didn't know that. It was a rough part of town, and that street had a lot of people die on it over the years. I think they said 11 deaths, and it was a cul-de-sac. 11 deaths over the years, and they've mainly been trap houses until the people who own the properties now bought them and got all the people out. Now they're decent places, but when we were there the first night, like, it was me and my buddy Craig. I mean, we'll do another show too, because I got...
Hey, dude, yeah.
But me and my buddy Craig, who just came from my apartment, I'd been there for 3 years, we were looking for a new place because he had his daughter. He needed to get his daughter a room, so cool. So we moved into a 6-bedroom house. It was cheap, 6-bedroom, 1-bath house. And it was 2 rooms, a bathroom, kitchen, and living room upstairs. It's a bi-level. And in the basement were 4 bedrooms, a laundry room, and a bathroom in the basement. So we move in there. The first week we're there. It's me and him, and then we got another roommate, Tanya, who's one of our good friends that we worked with at FedEx. She's there too. She's got a room upstairs because she's got a room. Her daughter's got a room. It's just me, Craig, and Tanya in the house. We're all 3 in our individual rooms. And it's like 12:30. Yeah, it's like 12:30 in the morning, 1 o'clock. Out of nowhere, I wake up to this. I mean, and it's loud. Someone's running up and down the steps. I'm pissed. Like, I gotta be at work in 4.5 hours. Like, I'm pissed. And so I mean, half naked, and I mean that, like nothing but my.
Like Winnie the Pooh, right?
Yeah.
Just a shirt.
Yeah, no, yeah. I say nothing but my chonies, but you know. But yeah, that's it. Depends on how I fall asleep. But they.
We're not editing that out, by the way.
Yeah, that part stays in.
Sometimes it's ass up. I don't know.
And that's why people keep coming back.
That's right. But so yeah, I'm like pissed. I walk out in my chonies. That's it. I'm in my chonies. I'm a big dude. I'm fat. You can see this. I mean, it's not a pretty sight. That's part of how intimidating. It's like, nobody wants to look at this. So I walk out, and he comes out of his room at the same time. Now, mind you, the stairs are in between his room.
Okay, yeah.
Come down. My room is on the east side. His room is on the west side. The stairs that go up and down between us. And so he comes out of his room the same time I come out of my room. And he goes, dude, would you shut the fuck up? He goes, what's wrong with you? It's 12:30 in the morning. I said, dude, what the hell's wrong with you? I was like, I'm asleep. Why are you running around? Like, he's like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you? And we're both like, what? And then Tanya, who was upstairs, comes to the top of the stairs and goes, would you fuckers knock it off? I'm trying to sleep. Right? Don't mean to use all the foul language, but
No,
that's exactly what it was. And so we're like, what? Like, all of us lost. We're confused at this point in time. So, we all just kind of go back to bed. Well, this ends up being a regular occurrence. This happens every week, 3 or 4 times a week at night. We got used to it. So much so we sleep through it.
Weird.
Like, you can see, and we'd have when guests would come over, and they would flip out. Because they'd tell us, like, what are you guys doing? Like, nothing. It's just the fucking house. They thought we were crazy. They thought we were running around. One person we had come over stayed on the couch, and they're like, yeah, but whoever keeps running up and down the stairs at like 2 in the morning really needs to fucking stop. And I'm like, yeah, it's not us. So this was a common occurrence.
Now, did you guys ever try to stay awake and like to sit in the hallway?
Oh, yeah.
Any of that kind of stuff?
Crazy thing is, it wasn't just at night.
Just any time.
They did it any time. Did it during the day. One of the weirdest things that had happened there was because Craig lived with. It was me, my buddy Craig, and Tanya. All 3 separate places of the house. I'm in the living room. Tanya's like in her room, and sitting there all of a sudden in the basement, I hear this voice go, "Mommy," and not a big deal. Craig has Kara, which is his daughter.
Oh, okay.
Who is 5 years old. Only deal is, Craig's not here right now. She's not here right now. She's with her mom. And her mom lives in a different state. So, not like it's even an option. Craig isn't even there. It took me a minute, and that really caught me off guard, because I don't know anything that goes across addressing as a child, unless it has to be a child, or if it's bad. Like,
right.
And that was the only time I ever heard anything of a child in that house. But we did because I still had some of the equipment, Greg had some equipment, we did a spirit box session in there. We did a spirit box, we did the Ovilus, we had those things in there. Both of them. They came across the same things. We had Ovilus running, spirit box, and this is the weird thing, is we ran the spirit box, hey, is there anything, how many spirits are here? And we get 9. Okay. That was a common thing. Kept on current 9. 9. We'd get 3 names. Adam, Steve, and Edward. Adam, Steve, and Edward. 3 names that were common. We'd ask them, who's here? What are your names? Adam, Steve, Edward. Adam, Steve, Edward. How many spirits are here? 9. And so after, that's really all we'd give us. It would yes, no, here and there, random things, but, we'd 9, Adam, Steve, Edward. One day, and so then we started using the spirit box Ovilus together, and the crazy thing was popping on the Ovilus the same time the spirit box was going on. So it was doing the same thing. I know this sounds fucking crazy. The problem is I got there's a myriad of people that could, because we did this together. This was the three of us did it. So the night we do this and we get these together, it's real odd because you don't ever, if you know the two, you don't get them like that. I mean, it's...
Right, yeah. It'd be a very startling coincidence to line up like that.
It's possible. It's
not probable,
possible, but not probable. So, it was the SB11. Anybody wants to know, SB11 was the spirit box we were using. So SB11 and Ovilus 3.
Okay.
Is what we had. But yeah, I kept throwing up the words. And we got a lot of hell, which that's just something I think it's kind of a common thing people freak about. But a lot of hell, whatever. So we were doing it that way. Well, then we started asking, we say, okay, how many people are here? And it comes back with 12. That's what I saw. Okay, how many people are here? Because it's me, it's Greg, Tanya, and myself. That's it. Doing it. And we're like, okay, that's different. We've got 9 every time. Why is it telling us 12 now? It's odd. Well, what did we ask? How many people are here? We didn't ask how many spirits. We've asked every other time how many spirits are here right now.
The stick in the fire moved, and it actually scared the crap out of me just now.
Pooped a little.
Yep.
But that was a weird one to us. So you get 12. So we asked 12.
Yeah.
How many people? 12. Every other time it's how many spirits. Now that can be coincidence. I mean, that's kind of a crazy coincidence, but that can be coincidence. Still, it doesn't mean it's what it is. But then it started getting. So we started noticing as the way it was. We had 2 couches in our living room. Had a couch on the north side, not quite the north wall, but up to the dining room, the north wall, and then we had one against the banister of the stairs on the west side, coming up. And one day I'm at home. And then I got home from work, I was my day off. Sorry, I had Mondays off. It was my day off. I'm sitting there, I'm laying on the couch. Out of nowhere, I'm watching the TV, but I hear something come up the stairs. I hear feet shuffling. Not uncommon. I mean, whatever it is. Remember, we're used to the running up and down, running up and down. We hear this feet shuffling up the stairs, and it's carpet all in the house. It's a heavy feet. It's like something big. I'm not worried because I know what it is. It's odd. You're that used to it. It comes up. But the one thing that changed is it got to the top of the stairs and then it shuffled. I could hear it shuffle around the arm of the couch. And it got to the top of the stairs, around the banister, around the arm of the couch, and it came up to where my head was, stood right in front of me. Okay. It's still not really, I mean, it's odd, but it's odd for everybody else who's like, oh my gosh, I've never seen that. That's...
What the fuck was that?
Gunfire.
That's loud gunfire. Hopefully, maybe. And then I pooped in my pants. That's gunfire.
Holy shit.
That's gunfire. But, anyway, sorry.
No, might have been a drive-by. I just heard somebody speed off real quick.
But we, so I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden this moves around to the front of the couch, and it's kind of right by my head. It's a big thing, and then I hear an audible.
Yeah.
An audible something exhale. Not like a sigh, but not quite like a sigh, just like a... You can hear it. Whoa, I stood up. I stood up, right? It's still not... I'm used to this house by now. It's a little crazy. We've had all this shit. We're getting a lot of responses and stuff, so whatever it is. A little different. Well, Tanya comes home later. I said, man, I got to tell you what happened today. I told her, and she goes, dude, 2 weeks... She said 2 days ago, I was sitting on the other couch and sitting on the other couch, we were watching TV, and she said I was by myself, and I heard shuffling come up the stairs. Got to the top of the stairs, and it went around that couch the same way the arm, and then I heard it, right? Now, she's telling me this after I told her mine, so that doesn't mean much. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She could just be repeating.
Right, easily, yeah.
You know, that she can matrix at that point. Well, my mind, that must have been what I heard. Well, so it's weird. It gets to the point where it starts hiding shit. There was a linen closet in the basement, and it was hiding shit. It would hide my glasses in there, it had my keys in there, and I mean, not like, oh, just normal. It was hiding stuff. And so, one day I'd come up and one day I was at work. Like I said, I was still recording.
Yeah, we're good. Let's check the battery.
We'll make this the last one.
Cool, no problem, man.
When our buddy Draven, who was there, who moved in, we told him about this because we had roommates, and we made sure, we said, hey, when you move in, just gonna let you know, you're gonna experience some stuff. They thought we were crazy. They found out we weren't. They found out we weren't.
Right.
Every time. So one day we were in there, my buddy Draven, who's over, he moved in with us. We told him about the up and down the stairs shit. He didn't believe us. We told him, about the other things, the voices, and didn't believe us until he started hearing the up and down the stairs shit. Well, one day he comes up, we come home, and he had been on the couch sleeping. And he goes, man, have you ever heard anything come up the stairs and walk around the arm of the couch and breathe? Like, we hadn't mentioned this to him at all.
So far, he has no idea.
He has no idea this is a thing. The crazy thing is, I thought I was crazy. Tanya thought she was crazy, but since I told her first, and then she told me, we couldn't verify. There's no... So you can't go with that. It could be whatever your mind's making up. When he told us that, he's like, have you heard that? Like, we said, well, dude, actually, yeah, absolutely. Like, actually, it happened, like, this was like a month after we experienced ours. And so... we're like, oh, that's kind of cool. One day I get a call from Tanya. I'm at work. And we both worked at FedEx, but I went in a little earlier sometime. So I'm at work. I get a call from Tanya. And she's like, dude, we got to call your priest. We have to call your priest. We have to call your priest. Like, we got to call your priest. And I'm like, what? And she goes, I was sitting there making my lunch. And out of nowhere, I had a bottle of magnesium, something, whatever kind of laxative on top of the fridge. It's a glass bottle. Red liquid, right? I had it on top of the fridge. She goes, I'm sitting there making my sandwich, getting ready for lunch, and the bottle flew off the fridge and hit the wall and shattered. Whoa. Now, she says this. Well, she could have just been spooked. I mean, I literally, that's what I'm like, okay. She goes, I left the house, you got to call your priest. I said, well, when I get home, I'll look at it, thinking she's spooked. That's it. She's just spooked about this shit. And I told her, I said, well, the refrigerator could have kicked on, the vibration could have knocked it off, it could have fallen off, slid, hit the ground, whatever. So when I get home, I look, no, it's not it at all. So the top of the fridge is only about 5.5 feet. It's not a tall fridge. It's, it's about 5.5 feet. I was just sitting up there across the hall, across the kitchen, on the other side of the kitchen, which is about 10 feet away, about 2 feet higher on the wall than the top of the fridge, is the splatter mark and glass still stuck to the wall from where the bottle shattered. Whoa. She didn't come home till I came home. She was afraid to.
Yeah.
So I thought when she said it fell off and, that whatever the thing they threw it
hit the ground.
Yeah, it threw it in the wall and shattered. And I thought, well, it just fell off the fridge and hit the ground and shattered and startled her. And she spooked. No. She says, and she told me, no, I saw it. And I said, no, okay, whatever. But when I got home and it was across 10 feet on the other side of the wall, splattered, glass was still stuck to it because, just the little shards of glass. So it had been thrown hard. It wasn't just a break, but something like chucked it into that wall. It splattered. It splattered for about 10 feet in every direction. It was like a hard. So we finally called our priest. I called my priest. And I said, hey, come over, will you bless the house? I had been talking to him about this stuff for a while. Being an investigator before, it never really bothered me. Just kind of keeping him up. And I said, will you come do it? And he said, yeah, absolutely. So he came over and he blessed the place. And for 2 weeks, it was dead quiet, like nothing. It's kind of sad because I thought maybe we killed the ones that were okay here. Little Timmy running up and down the stairs.
He had to sacrifice all of them.
Yeah, I was like, he didn't need to go. But so then, about a month after that, I'm laying in bed, and I wake up. Mind you, my room is in the basement. Tom's upstairs. My room's in the basement. Craig's not there at this time. He had moved out, so it's just me and Tanya. So Draven was there. Excuse me, not me and Tanya. It's me, Tanya, and Draven. Pardon me, Draven's there still. Craig had left. Draven took his place. But I'm laying in bed, and my thing is I have to have my door closed. The hallway light has to be off, like all that. So I'm laying in bed, and then my door is open, and the hallway light is on, and Tanya is standing in my doorway. I wake up to this, right? Okay, Tanya's standing in my doorway, and she's got this creepy smile on her face. I go, hey, what's up? Like, what are you doing? All of a sudden, I become paralyzed. I've got paralysis. And she comes over, and she straddles me. She pulls my head out from behind, my pillow out from behind my head and puts it on my face.
Whoa.
Right? And I'm paralyzed. Now, you've had sleep paralysis.
I've had it, yeah.
You've had sleep paralysis.
A wicked mistress,
real.
yeah.
It is. I've had a lot. I've had sleep paralysis my whole life. This is the first time I've ever experienced something like this. I've never had, like one time it was weird. I had this where I heard like this electrical humming. And it was like, and then when I popped out of sleep paralysis, it went away. But then it popped me back in. Like I popped in and out 3 times. I've never had that happen. This was a unique time. All the other times, never had any of this. It's just been sleep paralysis. I'm just paralyzed, and I can go back to sleep and wake up.
Yeah.
This time was different. Those times were different. But so I woke up. She's strangling me, and I'm like, paralyzed. And then I wake up. She's not in there. My door is closed.
Wicked.
The hallway light is off. My door is closed, but my pillow's on top of my face. Like,
it's a hard maneuver to do by yourself.
yeah, it is. But my pillow's on top of my face. My door is closed. The hallway light's off. None of that shit I saw was there. But my pillow's on top of my face. I'm like, that's weird. I don't say anything to anybody. I just thought I had some sleep paralysis. Whatever. I'm still gasping for air, but I have sleep apnea. So that all plays in, right? That's nothing. That's part of my paralysis. So 2 nights later, I'm laying there again, and I wake up. I'll be damned. Like, I'm laying there. And the thing is it wasn't I was asleep, and I woke, like... I was asleep, but I, like, woke up, and I see my door opening, the hallway light come on, my door opening, and Tanya coming in again. And I told her, I was like, what are you doing here? She gets this fucking weird look on her face, this smile. And she comes up and stands on the side of the bed, and I'm paralyzed at this point. Like, I realize, shit, I'm paralyzed. She stands on the side of the bed, and she starts fucking kicking me. Like, she's kicking me hard. Like, boom, 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 right? So bad that I'm actually, like, wincing. I'm paralyzed, but it's, like, enough to make me wince. And it's moving me off the bed. Like, it's moving me over. Every time she kicks, it's moving me over. And then she finally, like, I get to the end, and she finally kicks me, and I'm like, ugh, and I wince, and I wake up. Door's closed. Hallway light, she's not in there. Hallway light's off.
What everything. In the world?
Yeah. But the weird thing is my side still hurt. And I had bruises on my side for like a couple days after that. And that got me. So then, like, the next day I'm telling Tanya, I'm like, hey, like, okay, it's enough. Like, I've had enough. I'm good. Let me tell you what's going on. Tell me I'm crazy. I'm sitting there, I told her about it, talking to her. And as I'm sitting there talking to her about it, and she'll verify this to this day, 3 scratches appeared on my forearm while I was talking to her. Like, and it was just like, I went, what the crap? Like, it's like I got stung by something. Like, what? And then we saw him, like, 3 scratches just, like, out of nowhere. And this happened right before her, like, right in front of me and right in front of her. It threw us both off. And after that, the crazy thing is that was the end. Like, that was it. I didn't have anything after that. Nothing in the house. But what came back, I mean, nothing like that, but what came back was the up and down the stairs, the running up and down the stairs.
That started up again?
Yeah. Huh. Now, so the one thing is, between all this, right? So we had Draven there. Craig isn't there. We had, right before this, I said we had roommates come in. There was a lady that came in. And I think she was a witch. She never said that. But she worked with herbs a lot. Had a lot of stones. Sat out in the front yard, in the grass, made patterns. I mean, she never said that, but I'm guessing she's a witch. I mean, and I'm not using that in a negative connotation.
No, yeah, just,
not
yeah.
So I don't want to think that, but...
She had a crystal collection?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, and she drank tea. She knew how to make all this stuff with all these different herbs, like for all these different ailments. That's why I say it was pure practical magic.
Yeah, sure.
And one day she up and left and didn't tell us and moved out and yada yada yada, and that was that. And but she like disliked us for some reason when she left. Like, I remember because we finally found her and she was like, I don't want them knowing where I'm at. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy. Is after when she was there and near the end until she left, those noises, those running up and down the stairs and stuff quieted. But that's when we started getting like the keys shit missing. That's when we started getting like the other. So she left. Like I said, my priest came in. We still didn't have anything until that thing with the sleep paralysis. And then that disappeared. After that disappeared, and then everything came back up and down the stairs. Some noises. It was like, and I don't want to say this, something was there. She came in. I don't know if she brought something. I don't know if she cursed before she left. I don't know.
Yeah.
But whatever that she brought kept everything else away. Like, it was almost like it was scared to act. Then after
Like a vacuum almost.
Yes. Yeah. And then when the priest came in and did the blessing, and I say it was like a month later, it was like this thing, it legitimately pissed this off.
Yeah.
And it left. But when it left, everything else came back.
Weird.
That's I don't know. We'll end it on that for the night. I've got a lot.
Yeah. No, that's a great way to end it.
But yeah, I mean, I have anybody who thinks they have a grip on reality, good luck.
Yeah. Well, and that's funny. Is like the reason why we kind of did this show was because everybody has something weird that's happened they can't explain. Whether it's knocking inside of a wall or you've got your roommate, their doppelganger kicking the shit out of you, and everything in between that. Everybody has something that's happened they can't quite explain, and so that's what we like, is to hear this kind of stuff. And I mean, you find out, I always test the water, but like, you can usually just talk to a stranger, and after a few minutes, something weird comes out of them. So yeah, well, dude, we really appreciate that, and we'll have to get together again because
that's like half. I mean, not even that.
That's an hour.
Did we get the whole thing?
Dude, yeah.
Nice.
All we got to do is an intro and an outro, buddy.
That's right. How you been? How you doing? This is what we did this week.
And we can do like other like I'm saying. I've got more of these. We can do if you want to do like a series of like.
Dude, we'd love to. Yeah,
I'll do it because I can go for it.
So when you were talking about that,
and there you have it, folks. Colin, thank you again, dude, for having us over and for sharing that with us. And we look forward to hanging out again and just hearing what else you've had happen to you and sharing some more tales with our listeners. So everybody look forward to that. I think that we've got a lot more special stuff to come around with Colin. And also, hopefully, we get some pretty interesting stuff from that house we'll be investigating again. So be on the lookout for that. So, as I close out, guys, I want to just say again, thank you so much for your support and your donations for Pixelated for a Purpose. And be on the lookout for some changes and some upgrades we're going to be doing to that. And you know the routine. Please check out Mark's solo cast, Pixelated Sausage. Check out his solo video cast of Attack the Backlog. Check out Sports Cars Unleashed, our good buddy Rich and his podcast. I don't even know if they're still making that show or not, but I do know they put a lot of effort into it. And you know what to do, guys. If you have a beard, know a beard, or if you want to grow a beard that'll keep the ghosties by the fire out of your chin pubes, please check out BigDobsBeardBalm.com. Use the promo code PXLPARA for 20% off your entire order. Check out amazing smells. I call them smells because scents just sounds funny. Check out Classic, the one that makes my toes curl. Check out Bay Rum. Check out Sweet Tobacco and the other amazing scents that he has. And also, maybe get yourself some beard soap while you're at it, because you got to get down there. You got to scrub the dead skin out from under that beard, and that really just kind of clean things up once in a while. And also, please visit our friends at Gunslinger Soap. And also a huge congrats to them, guys. Congratulations on tying the knot. Otherwise, I think that just about does it, guys. I can't think of anything else I'm forgetting right now, but please forgive me if I do, because I am still trying to get back some of that sleep that I lost. But hey, it was for a really, really good cause. So we're going to be wrapping things up on the first episode of 13 Nightmares here real soon. So we'll let you know when we're going to drop that official episode. And I think that about does it, guys. Cheers to the weird shit in the world and those of us that love to talk about it. And remember, stay spooky and stay on the paranormal highway.
The cast at Pixelated Paranormal would like to thank you for listening to this week's episode. Pixelated Paranormal is here to tell you tales of the fantastical, the strange, the unknown. Tales that will move you a little further down the paranormal highway. If you'd like to share your own listener story, we would love to hear it. Email us at pixelatedparanormal@gmail.com. Again, that's pixelatedparanormal@gmail.com. We'd really love to hear from you. Again, thanks for listening to this week's episode of Pixelated Paranormal, your guide to the unusual and the strange.